Hello everyone. So today I'm going to continue the story of what happened with Adrien and I. So after I cheated on him, um well, after I cheated on him, it's not really after. During the time that I was cheating on him, I was still the same. I was still talking to him. I was still his girlfriend. Mm, and and what happened is that it was coming up to a new school year, well, a new university year. And I think I was going to start first year at St. Martin's in London. He had applied for music school, music university basically, because all he had been thinking and doing since I knew him was writing lyrics and making music any way he could and finding softwares to do it and stuff. And that's what I felt he was passionate about. So I really encouraged him with that instead of doing fashion, which he didn't really seem to be that excited about. Anyway, so we did the application together. I helped him to write the stuff and everything. And he got a place. I can't remember if it was in the foundation. I think it was in the foundation because we always had 1 year difference. Like I was 1 year ahead of him. Anyway, so he got in. We were super happy about it because it meant that he could move away from Manchester and come and live with me in London. So that was like another big step. We were really moving things forward and we were really in love. At least that's what I thought. And really into each other, and we couldn't wait to finally be reunited instead of seeing each other only once a month. And things were not going that well with his brother anyway. So yeah, um, so it was just great that he could finally move. At this point, I was still living in my tiny room, and I was kind of looking forward to not being in a flat share anymore. So he came down, we looked for a flat. We didn't know much, so a bunch of people got money from us when we never got the flat. We couldn't get the money back. Anyway, it was horrible. But at the end, we got a flat, a nice little studio flat that was perfect for the two of us. And we moved in, I think it was around September, and I was working. I mean, during the whole time I've been in London, I never stopped working because my parents, my parents didn't give me any money, so I was really relying on my job and my student loan. And for him, it was kind of similar, except his parents were helping a bit. So we met with his parents, with my parents, and we were like, yeah, that's what we want to do. And they were like, are you sure you're not too young? And we were like, no, we know what we're doing. We're in love, and we want to have kids together. Like, that's for sure. We're doing this. And we moved in, and I thought it would be amazing, and it would be the life. It wasn't the case. I realized that I was in charge of everything. I was like simple stuff like making sure that we had a landline and calling, and BT is a fucking pain in the ass, so it took like uh, a month and a half to get Wi-Fi and to get the phone in, and just simple stuff like taking care of rent and making sure that our bank accounts were all sorted. And also I had a job, but he didn't have a job at this point. He was going to start school, he was looking for a job and stuff, but university, you don't have to go that often. It's like 3 days a week, so he could have worked quite a lot. But it was difficult to find a job, and I was like, yeah, I understand that it's difficult, that's fine. I'm like supporting my man and shit. But then 2 months, 3 months, it's getting a bit long, and I feel like it's a big weight on my shoulders. So it's like I'm loving living with him, and I really love that I can see him every day and stuff. But the fact that I have all this on my shoulder is really starting to weigh on me, and maybe I'm not acting in the best way possible. And also, I don't feel like he's helping me that much, that he's really looking for a job as much as he says he is. I'm in university. I'm under quite a lot of stress. Over the weekend, I'm working. Like, we don't have that much time to see each other, but when I do see him, he looks not that excited to see me, and it doesn't seem that he's actually properly looking for a job. And I feel like even to look for a job, I had to sit there and help him. And I just felt like, come on, it's a bit much to put all that on me. It's not like I have much more experience than him, apart from the fact that I've lived in London longer than him. I don't have that much more experience. I'm actually younger than him, so it's just like, come on, just, sort yourself out a bit. Help me out there. And he actually gets a job in the end, an ice cream shop in central London. And it's like, cool, so he's getting a job, so we can have a bit more money coming in, and it's gonna be less difficult and shit. So, yeah, I'm quite happy about that. And then when he starts getting a bit more money, I see that he's kind of flying solo a bit more. And, it's a bit like, okay, what's going on? What's going on there? And maybe he's a bit happier that he gets money. I understand that. But then I feel like, okay, so I've been, you know, pulling you down, making sure that everything is fine when you don't get a job, when you don't have a job. When you do have a job, I don't see you. And I feel like all you want to do is spend time with your colleagues and stuff. So because of our background and history, I'm starting to be a bit paranoid. And I'm like, is there a girl there? Like, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on there. Now things should be amazing. He's working, I'm working, like things should be fine. But they weren't. And I start going crazy. There's this particular example where I was feeling something in myself. I was like, there's something not right, there's something not right. I can feel it, there's something not right. So it's the evening, he's working odd hours. I'm not working because it's the evening. He was finishing at like midnight sometimes, which is fine because obviously it's London, things are open until really late. So I'm like, I feel like there's something not right. So I'm just gonna turn up at his job. And anyway, it's not as if I had better things to do or whatever. So I'm just turning up there. And what happens is that it's all glass and it's on 2 levels. And I see him working from afar as I arrive. And I see he's fondling with one of his colleagues. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I've been holding you down for the past, what, 2 months and a half, 3 months. Um, Now you get a job, like you're, I don't know, 2 3 weeks into the job, and you start funneling with your colleagues and like giggling and stuff, whilst I'm at home. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know? So I'm getting really, really, really pissed off, really agitated. I wait for him to finish. And I don't even know if I wait for him to finish. I think he comes down and he actually sees me. And I really go off on one. I go crazy. And so I think that he ends up finishing early or something, and we go home and we argue, and it's really bad. We pick up knives. Like, it just goes a bit far, like a bit too far for what was going on. But to be honest, I was really stressed for other things, and I really wanted him to be like, that we would be our rocks for each other. And I just felt like, again, you're putting a knife in my heart once again, when all I'm trying to do is for us to be good and to have a nice life. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? and he doesn't see it, and he's like, no, nothing is going on, whatever, whatever. But we keep arguing quite a lot, and now every time that he's going to work, I'm actually panicking. So it's at this point, it's quite fucked up already. It was fucked up to start with, as you know, but it's quite fucked up, and we still live together. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna continue the story next week. I'm gonna try and really keep it up now. There has been some changes in my living situation, some changes at work. Things are really starting to like bubble up a bit. I'm not posting as often as before, but I'm really getting back to it, and it really frustrates me that my videos and my posts are affected by what is going on. But I'm really getting back into it, and I know that it helps me feeling centered, and it really helps me to pull out the things that I'm thinking about, and I think the things that can help some people. So I will, yeah, I will update you on the next Thursday video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Once again, in the comments, if you are in a relationship where you feel it's very toxic, very violent, and you're even coming up to use things to physically hurt each other, please do let me know. I'm really like interested in knowing what's going through people's mind when that happens. I know what went through my mind, but even now, because it seems so far away and I'm now so different and I'm looking at life in such a different way, I'm almost looking at my old self like, who was that person? Like, I can't imagine behaving in this way with anyone that I actually love now. Like, even with somebody I don't love, like, I can't imagine behaving in the way I did. So yes, if you aren't subscribed yet, do hit the subscribe button, hit on the notification so you know when one of my new videos comes out. And if you liked the video, yeah, thumbs up. If you didn't, sorry about that. Nothing I can do now. You've watched it already, but put it a thumbs down so that I know that you disliked it. Have a great day or evening, depending on where and when you're watching. And see you soon. Bye.